everything unloosens. Once the temperature is dropping, you'll notice that all of your, like, anything that's, like, bolted or screwed in, it's just slightly unscrewed all of a sudden when it's cold. But we got an exciting week of yet more AI news, but potentially as well, some curious ones in the gaming space. Oh no, anyways, 3, 2, 1. Hello everybody, welcome to the stream. It is the Biendeo stream today on this fine 13th of April 2026. I hope you're having a wonderful week. We'll have a wonderful week ahead of you. Sup Fetty, how you doing? We'll dive into today's game, because I think you've seen this franchise plenty of times on the channel, and by plenty I mean twice. And now you will see it for a third time. We are so back. Sup Tom, how you doing? Choro Q3, as I'm about to play it, also was not localized. It was never released outside of Japan. Europe only got the first game and that was it. So like the second game, we're running off a fan translation off this one. But Choro Q3 is a tremendous uplift, I find. And also, it's got so much character. Like the other games, it's so charming. I love it. Choro Q3, there it is. We got things like, check out this controller setup. We need more games with flying PlayStation controllers that spin around and do cool things like that. We need more of that. And signs that just rotate. Just show off that you're in 3D, which is incredible. But we'll start the game and we'll go in for it, and I'll show you exactly what's new about Choro Q3. We got our range of cars, we got the name of the body, which is that, and then finally some music. The music's jamming, as always. We have... It kind of looks about the same, other than the sun at the bottom is very, very eerie. But we don't have too much to really show, other than there's a notepad, which, curiously, I think is a translation point. I feel like out of convention, we think a notepad is something you can edit, but no, it doesn't. It's just a list of all the things that you've done in the game, which will be for note later. The city, as you can see, is very populated, which we'll also check out a bit later. But right now, we got a race on the oval circuit. It kind of looks like mostly the same game, doesn't it? Yes, kind of. I mean, these games only came out 1 year apart from each other. But like, big game... Oh yeah, this might be a bigger Choro Q game than the others. It might be a 2-stream game. But it is Choro Q, through and throughout. The same rules apply. You do the races, you get money, you spend the money on upgrades, which hopefully let you win the races easier and or win the races full stop, because look how fast this guy's going. It might be a longer one, so I might... yeah... Because there's a little bit of extra... There's more things to do in this one. And for fans of particularly Road Trip Adventure on the PS2, the localized name for Choro Q HG2, if anyone's played that one, this is where you'll start spotting quite a bunch of elements leaking into it. Also Yokohama and Lamco, like real car brands just everywhere. Yet we don't actually have real cars. They just look a lot like real cars. They just look a lot like them. This is a very interesting circuit. This is your Daytona... Actually, it's not Daytona because you're turning right. Isn't that weird that all of the oval circuits for particularly NASCAR, they're all anti-clockwise? I don't think there's a clockwise one, is there? Someone correct me if there is, but I'm very certain there isn't. I'm not too sure why. Maybe it's just like convention. Yeah. You know it's good when you can't even catch up to that guy, and yet here's the garbage truck, as always. As always, he's chilling up the back. But yeah, I mean, mostly the same rules apply from Choro Q2, which is you get a sick. Maybe. You get barely any money. You get a sick bonus for not tapping any other cars. But that's okay, because coming second is acceptable. 100 gold, 100 G for coming first, 80 G for coming second. Compared to this, you're never going to go back on that oval track ever again. You do it just because it was there. Yeah, it might be because of the... I don't know though, there's not a lot of places that drive on the left. I think actually, you know what it probably is though, is that mentioning that it means that they're on the left side of the car, which means I think it just plays nicer for like where's the edge of the circuit on the inside. Because if you had the circuit going clockwise, whoa, if you had the circuit going clockwise, that means that everyone's sort of on the outside of the track. I guess it's easier to pull right turns when you're on a right-seated car and left turns on a left-seated car. I think it's ever so slightly possible to catch up to this guy, but it's not a requirement. I mean, because if we're gonna win a race, we're gonna do it under easier circumstances. That's a nice little circuit here. Oh, there's the bot. I've hit the affiliate status. I thought, well, I haven't actually enabled it at all. Yeah, that's a new one as well. That's a new URL. We used to have a at least more obvious scam. Well, actually, they used to not put the URL in there, so. But I won this race, so we got $600 dues. Now, if only we could, well, do any more races. I guess that means we're gonna, as if you check free run, it's not there. I guess we're gonna have to hit the city, go out to town. There's a train station very near here. Yes, 690 gold. That's the intentional amount. So sort of like Choro Q 2, we do have the town. I love the fact that nothing happens until you get the car out of the house. Like you're hearing birds. It's nice and chill. You rev up the engine, and then the moment you're outside, there you go. We're out on the town. Choro Q 2, or yeah, Choro Q 2, you basically had to like drive into all the shops to unlock them, and to some degree it still happens in this game. You also see down the bottom the translation is saying Choro Q coins obtained. The Choro Q coins are effectively your checklist for beating the game. There are 100 tasks around the game, and that was 5 of them. The later ones will not be quite as quick, but you basically have to unlock a lot of things like all those shops there. You got to unlock the train station that was down there. In-game, oh exactly, they're in-game achievements, which is great. This sign is one, the boards are one, which give you hints about things. Love this music, it's just jamming as. There is unfortunately no map in the town, and I think it is quite easy to get lost in. I think we'll go a bit clockwise around. We've got the drag race. There's a lot of these which will unlock in the menu as well, so you don't really have to like memorize where they are. You just have to, you know, you just have to tick them off. But a lot of these mini games, if you've played, yeah, Road Trip Adventure, you'll be like, oh my goodness, the maze game, the drag race, all of that was from the other game, and yeah, because they like adding bunches of mechanics in each of these games. Again, with the big tires, you got a little big tire gate there. Falling rocks, you gotta watch for rolling rocks. It is possible to die just because of the rolling rocks. And I can't steer, which is great. But yeah, other than that, we can. True. I'm hitting, to be fair, on my controller, it's the B button. Because I've got the Nintendo layout, but I'm playing a PlayStation game, so... Look at the sign that's just here. It's just telling you gotta do the dirt trial in 40 seconds. But yeah, lots of these will give you tips on like all the things that you've actually got to achieve. Parallel... Well, I mean, you know, an A-press is an A-press. You can't just have hard. I gotta watch some of his newer stuff, the fact that he's like more back. So we can't really do anything down... Well, we can do the ice trial, but again, all of it basically unlocks in the menu, so you just gotta find it. But yeah, no, it's a decently big town. Hold on. You gotta view what's up here, and the answer is absolutely nothing. What? Now, if only we had a better way to turn around, you know? Maybe it's a bit painful wandering around the town while you've got no upgrades, but I need to show off how sluggish everything is with no upgrades. Also, I missed seeing where the cannon went. It didn't shoot at anything in particular. Don't worry, it just hit the ocean. Drag race in 10 seconds? That's a fast drag race. I need a drink after that statement. Never mind, I got coins instead. Yeah, no, it's a desk. Oh, you know, just a ship. That ship was board. There were 100 people on board. What a monster. Don't smash the button. Maybe I should have gone the other way around. I went NASCAR direction. I went anti-clockwise. That's their fault. Is it actually clockwise in Japan? Like, do they do oval circuits? Off the top of my head, I know, like, Fuji Speedway's a clockwise circuit. I don't know if that's, I don't know too many. I know Suzuka, but Suzuka's a figure 8. I don't know any other Japanese circuits off the top of my head. Sorry. Just Skid City here. Gotta stop suddenly, which apparently happens. Oh look, stopping suddenly. But yeah, we got an exciting week of, well, I say exciting, it's kind of the same amount of news and things. Also, check it out, you can buy interiors. Interior crocodile alligator. It's a castle, check it out. Also, when it says enter, I might as well hit yes here, but it just, you think it's actually going to its separate map, but it's actually, oh, it is going in. But this is in the free race mode. I don't know why it's going in the free run mode there. But yeah, the train circuit and the castle have appeared. There's more tracks, we'll need to view them in here, but we can at least go to the part shop and, you know, not die. I can finally have tires. I probably should buy the transmission as well, which I probably should have bought for 400. Actually, do we already have the 85 speed? I got the 84 normal, sorry. So, and then also city ride. So maybe we'll actually just do a quick race. Just another one on the short circuit. It helps when you equip the tires that you intended to, like, use to win. We should be good. This guy's gonna catch up and overtake me, but now I start first because I won the last race in first. My horn is kind of lame as well. But yeah, no, I hope everyone's feeling all good. I didn't play too many games in the past week. I played Stuntman on the GBA, which I was actually quite surprised. It's a 3D rasterized game on the GBA, which is always a terrifying thing, but this one was surprisingly competent. It ran at a fairly stable 20 FPS and captured 21 levels total. I know the levels are pretty short, they're only about a minute a bit on average. They only take a few goes to really, like, nail out, so you could probably beat the game in like 3 or 4 hours, but, you know, it was relatively solid for what they were going for. So, props to that one. I'd give that one a recommendation. Other than that, I am almost all the way through one I've never played, Stuntman on the GBA. I know it's, there's a console, I think it's a PS2 game. I haven't played the PS2 game, so I can't tell you how faithful it is to the PS2 game. But on its own, it's a solid time. The other one was one that I knew I should have played, and when I checked in with oh, can the PS2 game not be emulated? Ah, rip that one then. Let's head to the parts shop and let's buy the 85 speed. And can I buy anything else? Well, chassis are no-goes. Might as well save up for the ABS and super quick steering. You know you're gonna need it. So let's equip the tires, the steering, and the transmission. That will give me a lot of oh, true, it's a soft float. But yeah. But yeah, other than that, you know, we've got the body shop, which I think the body shop gives you really long load times. Oh my goodness. I think all of these appear after you've done all the, like, the Grand Prix. I think that's how it works. But if you're fancy, if you're like, oh, I really wanted the Skyline, or the V-dub, I guess there's your opportunity. There's a paint shop in case you're the kind of person who likes changing the colors, which you might. And yeah, other than that, we've got, oh yeah, the trade-in shop if you want to sell things. Still got other ones, but obviously you'll see me do the drag race, and it said, oh, beat the drag race in 10 seconds. And I don't know if that's going to happen, even with the better transmission. Well, there's 10 seconds. Mostly played Mario Galaxy this week. Oh, very nice. Very nice. That game is great. And I'm glad that there's been a... You know, I'm actually not too far off. 14.5. We should be able to hit 10 somehow. So if you're curious as well, if we go to the notepad, all the events show up in this list. At least the ones that you've done. A lot of them involve just reading bulletin boards. Or at least the ones you've done. You'll have to still remember the hints. But they're still on the signs, so you can check back on the signs. Let's head back out to town and let's see the rest of the stuff. Gamer Tom, beat the game. Very nice. Are you aiming for mastery, or... I don't know what's in the actual achievement set, but comfy 100% of the actual game itself is definitely something I'd recommend. Look at that. We can now turn. Honestly, like, I feel so bad because I haven't played anyone's Wii sets. Except my own. It's the exhibition room. It's just the guy. It's the champion. He's the champ. There's nothing behind him. He's just chilling on a pedestal. I don't want to be memorialized on a pedestal and nothing else. But the other one, I checked in with Andy Phipps, and I not as in talking to him. Unfortunately, I'm very shy. I'm sorry, Andy, if you had to see this. I'm like, oh, I'm very, very shy. But I realized he was playing through every GTA game until, or before GTA 6 comes out. Also, if you reverse through this... It's a very long tunnel. There you go. That is true. Actually, I don't know if he's back. Because he seems... I think he's only playing, like, once a week. Like me. But he's doing a longer session, so certainly it gives him more opportunity to play through it. And I checked in with last week, and he just started Grand Theft Auto Liberty City Stories. And I was like, you know, I've never actually, like, played that one, really, all the way through. So I am, like, 90% through it. I've only got to do some, was it the Avenging Angels side quests? And pick up 5... Also, you gotta deliver a message. I gotta pick up 5 of the hidden packages and then just do a bunch of missions. I've done literally everything else. The stunt jumps, the rampages, all the weird jobs, all the weird kind of other ones. And, I mean, I think there's like 15 missions to go through. I hit Shoreside Vale and I was just like, I'm just clearing off everything else before it all goes crazy. I believe the jukebox is here. There you go. But we're not going to the jukebox, we're going to the house across from the jukebox, which is this one. Receive fireworks as thanking. As thanking. There you go. I like this jukebox because you get a choice of literally all the music. And you can apply it for the rest of the town, which is very nice. There's like 37 tracks. It's a really, not as in racetracks, but just like music tracks. There's a lot of them all over the place. Yeah, look at all these like little streets and all these like... all these bizarre things, like finding a daytime warp, you know? It's the course. Oh, the sea course. Well, we were here, weren't we? Yeah. It does, yes. It is such a Mario 64 teleport. Check out this thing, it's a fountain. Look at what happens when you drive around the fountain. It goes off. There you go. And there's chickens. Or hens. I have alarmed the horde. Yeah, Liberty City Story, I mean, there's a little bit to go, so I'll reserve, like, absolute complete judgment, but for the most part, it is GTA 3 again. There's really not much to say. If you liked GTA 3, then you'll like having bikes in GTA 3, and different music. Remarkably, most of it is original again, but most of it, not all of it, which I find kind of curious. I think I haven't seen the sign. Okay. Floor first. This is the casino. I can't afford 3-digit number. I'm very poor. Can't afford it. Do we check out this one? I guess I don't have to anymore. I saw a sign there. I forgot if I went in there. There you go. Gymkhana in 30 seconds. Well, we saw the Gymkhana. I didn't see the 30 second sign, apparently. But yeah, it's still got a lot of the clunkiness of, like, the Vice City engine, which is actually a little bit of a shame, because there's some things like, particularly with hitboxes, particularly with gun aiming, where it's just like, it's very awfully simplified down. Maybe some of that is because the PSP can't run anything too intense, and I'm playing the PS2 version, so I know it's backported onto the PS2. Maybe the controls, there's only so much you can do. You got sewers. That's how you enter sewers, despite the fact that there's big bars in front of it. Dude, this is designed like a very, very basic GZ Doom map, I tell ya. I think we've probably seen everything, so I'm just gonna back out. We're gonna start doing more races. But I mean, you know, we've unlocked stuff like the Gymkhana, which might be a little easier with better tires, but that's okay. We can do some more races, like Train Road, which is off-road. Now we'll wing it. The bars are only, that is true. That is true. But I love the tracks in this one. I think the themes are a bit stronger as well. Whoops. No off-roading. It's illegal. Ah! There we go. But yeah, we'll dive into news. Because I really don't have too much to say. I did mention I was going to consider something SingStar related. I don't have results just yet, but in a couple of days I'm going to publish a repo with literally... I finished my big graph. I did it at first to sort of get the gist of what's going on, talk to some people, and then never really continued it. But now I've done my graph where I've nearly looked at all 170 discs of SingStar that I know of on the PS2, what songs are in each disc, and which ones overlap with other ones. And I have some curious ones in there, but I will save talking about it until I've finished the whole thing. Once I've done that, I'll probably just pick up the SingStar Pop and whatever it is a set. There's not really too much to say with that set. You know, I thought that was going to be a shortcut, but it was worth a try. But yeah. Yeah, the full extent. There are surprisingly a lot of non-English primary releases in there. Like, I know we knew of a couple of them, but there's a surprising number of them, I feel. So that's why it's like, it's good to go through them and kind of go like, hey, you know, like, how many are we actually dealing with? I think there's 22 in total if we're counting English-only releases. But I think it's probably going to eke... I've got at least 46 of, like, unique titles. And then obviously there's ones like, you know, like SingStar Party in Spain only has 6 songs in common, I'm pretty sure. Yes, and I believe only Live in La Vida Loca actually counts. Like, I'm very certain that might be the only one, and the ones on the Disney sing-along. And the Disney sing-along's a really curious one, because it's like, I think there's one... How would I put it? I'm gonna need better tires for this one, am I? Gave me $300, but... I believe you only need to get, like, 3rd in order to... There you go, to unlock more. So, we're making progress, but... I think I'll take a crack at... I should be able to actually afford something, so... yeah, most of the Disney game and the one Disney game, all 20 songs are translated, except for, I think, there's a Winnie the Pooh song that's not translated in the Spanish version. Sorry, in the Finlandish version. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. I can't recall specifically which one. Yeah, I'm just gonna wing it because we gotta save up money for the Engine Plus 3, which is not too far away, but yeah, the Finnish one. Did I say Finlandish? Sorry, Finnish people. Kimi Räikkönen will be very upset with me. I'm sorry. We've had no F1 for a while, by the way, so it's, I think they were meant to be in Bahrain right now, but, obviously with the situation in Iran, it's like, don't risk it, don't, you know, the timeline was cutting so close, so they cut it off, when the Chinese Grand Prix happened, so with a month in advance, which sucks for the people who wanted to go, obviously sucks for the people running the event, but, you know, you can't do it. Oh, exactly. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, I'm at least exploring the unknown because the Wikipedia list is not comprehensive. It only lists 22 titles, and it sort of doesn't quite make a big mention of, like, you know, what's with the US releases, or like which ones are Europe and Australia and which ones are just Australia, because there's a few of them later on where they're actually just Australian. So that's curious. The US ones are also a bit weird because obviously most of the US releases came out afterwards. They didn't start getting their SingStar games until I believe SingStar Rocks was the first one that hit the US. And they got a version at around the same time, but it's like that's the 5th mainline SingStar game in English releasing countries. So there's a bit of weird overlap and some songs that actually appeared earlier in SingStar Rocks in the US. Yeah, there's the Football Hits one, which is South African. There's a couple of South African releases I've had as well. There's a fun one as well I noticed, which is SingStar Italian Greatest Hits, which not hilariously, but very curiously, has all 30 songs are exclusive, like they are all songs that appeared in earlier Italian versions of SingStar. Because I noticed a bunch of them, I was like, hold on, like some of these sound familiar because I'd been listening a bunch to the SingStar Party music last year, so I know them quite a bit off the top of my head. And it's just like, yeah, SingStar Italian Greatest Hits 2 is not. It's all original. It's only that one. And there's a couple of other... Also, Desert Track, we are so back. Look at that guy absolutely, like, blitzing on ahead, though. There's no way you're gonna come first in any of these races. But yeah, so I'll publish my, the repo once I've finished it all. I've still yet to look at SingStar Motown. That's the only, like, English one I've yet to plot out. I'm not expecting anything too surprising there, but it's got a few regional variants. And then, of course, doing all the other ones that have regional variants. I'm going by I've sort of been darting back and forth a bit, so I've done them in a bit of a weird order, but once I picked a bunch of the more interesting ones I thought of off the top of my head, then I double-backed and I went by serial number, which I think... Yeah, I checked redump, so I've got the EXE sign dates as well, which I'm not too sure. That doesn't quite line up with release time, because usually the English versions get signed, and the Spanish versions, curiously, they all get signed much sooner than the other ones, but I assume they all release at about the same time because the serial is the same, or is in order. Also, there's some of them, like, I did was it SingStar Summer Hits, which is a bit of a later one, but the Italian and the French releases were not SingStar Summer Hits, and didn't have any of the same songs. So, they're in line if you count by serial, but they're definitely not the same kind of game. So for those, I feel like count them as separate games. But yeah, it's like there's a lot of curious ones. Yeah, fake relationship, exactly. And never mind the ones where it's like they have the same name but they're not actually released at about the same time. So I think that's only the US ones that really have that problem. Most of the other ones have the same names except for the aforementioned SingStar Summer Hits, which is called, or no, I think it's Summer Party. That's what it's called. It's called SingStar Party Hits in Australia, which gets confusing, but I assume it's because it released not around summer. The last PS2 SingStar game is, I think it actually is Motown. Oh, like out of all the other ones, it's probably Football Hits. One of them came out in 2011, which is fairly late. And obviously, you were getting PS3 games since like 2007, so it's I can't tell you anything about the PS3 catalog. I think one of the last ones in English actually might have been The Wiggles, which also had a PS3 release. Yeah, we don't talk about the PS4 ones. I don't know if any of it works on RPCS 3, but I'm going to commit to just PS2 for the moment because it's going to be a lot of stuff to look at otherwise. Also, this is exactly how I'd imagine a castle track to like feel. Got the drawbridge jump, which can screw people over if they run into stuff. And obviously, like, you can, you know, refer to the CDN and test out what they sell, if they still continue to sell everything. I'm not too, well, they have to catalog it on the CDN at the very least, because people will re-download stuff, so... Longer track though, and obviously as well, I'm fighting for third place here, which is getting a bit terrifying. But yeah, I'll oh, and also SingStar Summer Party. If you count regional variants, I was thinking SingStar like 80s would have been the biggest game because it had the most number of releases. But Summer Party actually, I think, has the most number of songs because the different regional ones have so many differences. Whereas SingStar 80s, quite a bunch of them will only change like a couple of songs. Oh, the drift. This game still controls just like the other Choro Qs. There's no mysteries there. But I think our goal is just to at least get a top 3 in each of the circuits, and then we'll explore more of this game's secrets. And once we're done there, but I'm loving this track design. I haven't actually. I only re-reminded myself of the very beginning of the game, and I'm just like, man, you know, like they're really going ham on this track. Like, other than weird rendering. somehow I'm coming first. What's happening here? Unfortunately, it's a longer race, so it's not actually as good to grind, so... but yeah, let's dive into the news. I've got 3 sections, which is AI, tech, and then... or hardware, and then games. And not too much on the games front, unfortunately. But we might as well slam out the AI talk. Love that jam. Well, $19.90. So I think probably the biggest one for me is that people use mostly subscription-based AI models, and if you ever did use, I guess, ones that you could just download, most likely those companies stopped offering those after a while. Models like Quen have announced that they're not releasing new ones, open source and free anymore. Yay. Obviously, I think WAN 2.5 is a subscription-only one. Which is... it's a shame. I don't know if I can actually win that one. Maybe we'll... because yeah, you can see the total time definitely adds up. Helps when you equip the chassis just bought as well, which will help my acceleration. Also helps when you equip the engine. Hold on, was I doing that off the bad engine? Oh jeez. I'll still need better tires, but we should be at least better to tackle on Train Road, I guess. Yeah, let's do Train Road. Let's try and get a win here. Because I don't trust myself on the sewer one. Not yet. Confirm that all the SingStar games is marked as playable except 2 online-only ones. I mean, you know, at that point, like, one could probably just look, you know, boot them up and start seeing, because you don't really need to get, like, you don't even need to get in-game to catalog the songs. You might want to test the language kind of functionality in case you ever do get any of those cross-language ones. But I feel like it's quite a rarity to have a song that's in multiple languages. Livin' La Vida Loca seems like a very fun kind of, you know, anomaly to that one. And then obviously the Disney ones, which at least are consistent. Oh, actually catching up, except every time I do a corner. Let's ram into him. But yeah, no, everyone loves these kinds of models and these AI models, and by love I mean, well, you know, it makes sense why they're offered as an external service, but to me, I hate the fact that someone else runs an AI model because, not I hate, but like, I'm a Debbie Downer, but like, I wish that there was a way to run them locally should you have the hardware to do so. And unfortunately, we're going into this like have and have not kind of phase of this kind of technology as it continues to overflow into use cases it has no, you know, no purpose being in. And so obviously when you run it externally, or when you call out to it as an external service, they got to build big data centers, and the model can change on you all of a sudden. Open Claude, which lowered the TTL on its cached responses and cached lookups, and people are noticing that they're actually using significantly more credits just all of a sudden in the past month. Are they getting better results? I'm not too sure, but they're certainly getting to pay more. Also, I think I mentioned Claude now tries to block you using OpenClaw with it. They're like, you can't use Claude code with this. It's too much load on our service. I think that's for the people who are using the subscription-based service where they get so many credits a month, which is weird because you think that it would be like break even. It would be like, oh well, the subscription, you know, they're not over provisioning, but they are over provision. They're browning out. The service keeps dying because they're offering too many subscriptions to people and everyone's using it too much, which is very bizarre, I guess. I mean, it makes sense, but it's bizarre. I think wet tires is exactly what we need, so I know we can eventually get the studless ones for when it rains, but this will help us in the sewers because obviously you can tell it's going to be wet tires. Does this even count? Is this actually a wet race? It's not that the track's wet, it's literally water. I love this countdown on every track though, it's great. Also the trash everywhere. Again, everyone loves their right angles. You gotta release your accelerator, just lean into the corner. That's just how all these Choro Qs drive. I wonder if I can catch up to this guy. Whoa, snaky. Whoa. Probably can win this. And again, the music is absolutely jamming, so... but yeah, no, I do kind of hate... Also, this is such a clunky jump. But like, that's a punishment jump. If you drop, you cool! That's a punishment drop right there. But yeah, no, I don't know. It's very annoying for the AI models to change over time. I think someone noticed as well. One of them, I think it was Opus Sonnet, was starting to hallucinate more answers. I mean, hallucination is literally just it's a wrong answer, or sometimes it's not. Well, it also includes incorrect like style answers, like when it does break what you asked it to. I guess it depends on what you're testing, but yeah, it's like they've noticed it's hallucinating more, and it's like you can't do anything. Oh yeah. This is Bowser's Castle on the GBA SNES game kind of stuff. I mean, we had the other castle level, which ironically had more hairpins. I believe they reused this kind of area as well for one of the maze minigame. Oh, I'm crushing him. Jeez. I love how cheeky this one turn is. Maybe that's why it's punishment. Like, look how cheeky this jump is. It's a very cheeky jump. Yeah. What do you do about AI models changing on you? Well, I guess like any subscription, the question is your service the same? Is it getting worse? Is it costing you more? You gotta weigh up whether it's worth subscribing to something, and I guess this is not part of the... I'm curious if we actually have to win every race. I only got a couple to win, so... let's see if I can crush Oval Circuit now with the all-around tires. Sup, Elliot? How you doing? Can I afford the ABS brakes? I think I can. I love how it's just like, oh, you know, brakes 1, 2, 3, ABS, like real system right there. Yeah, it'd be good to afford the studless and the other ones. We've sort of gotten everything we need. Unless I want to do manual transmission, which maybe at some point. Also, if I want to do the squid meter, very important we get the squid meter out. So I've got that. I got the brakes, so we'll put the brakes on. The squid meter. I'm not gonna get any money from this. Everyone loves the squid meter. That little fish on the side. Do you like tires screeching? Because that's what I'm doing right now. There you go. Oh, you can see he's braking. Oh, he's really pulling ahead. I don't think I can catch him just yet. I don't think I can. Yeah, one's an octopus. It's one over. I don't think I can catch him. We are so close. We're right up the front. But he's still, like, ahead of me there. And the manual transmission, only, you know, it's only cheaper. It doesn't actually work any better in this case. Not yet, at least. I don't think I'll be able to catch him, which is a bit of a shame. especially at that attitude.
What else do I need to have done?
I mean, we could take a crack at Spring Dawn. Also, for retiring a race, you think they, yeah, hardest boss, the first race in the game. Although this guy was pretty ahead in this one. Sounds like I really need the all-arounds, you know? Or the all-around 4s. Oh. They're all good. But yeah, I say like if the, you know, if the price of the subscription is the same and stuff, never mind with YouTube Premium, the price is going up by a decently significant amount, and it's not the only thing that's gone up in price. I think, although as a subscription service it's not quite, but the Lenovo Legion Go, I'm gonna read this number off the top of my head. I actually don't, I have the article over to the side, but I can't like tab in and see the number. But the Z2 Extreme version, I believe it's got a 2TB SSD, and I think it's got 32 gigs of soldered RAM? Is it soldered on the Z2 Extreme versions? It's not on die, I can tell you that. Will cost $2,850 US on their website, which for Australians, I'm like, that's probably going to eke $5,000. That's a lot of dollar. Hold on, I can actually look into this. Yes, okay, I nailed the price. But yeah, that's exactly so much. The other retailers, what is it? B&H lists the exact same model at $1,850. ABT has $1,800. But I think they used to, what was it? They announced that the original version costs $1,350. And now it's $2,850. I assume this is hopefully just a placeholder price. I swear, but there's no way. Ain't no way. Ain't no way that's a real price that they're going with. Obviously the device isn't out yet, which is a bit odd. Or is it actually out? I don't know. But yeah. And it's weird, because things are starting to get a little cheaper now that, you know, there's more and more reports of the, like, the data centers that actually never were built. You're getting more of those, and suddenly people who have been hoarding onto tech... I'm just going to broaden it. Hoarding onto technology, expecting it to appreciate in value, and Samsung and all the other memory makers totally not just inventing better memory, which makes theirs obsolete. I don't know why people are scalping hardware. Like, it's worthless. It will not work. It only works in the very, very short term. If you're buying that kind of stuff, it's because you're about to sell it off in like 3 months. Yeah, maybe. Remember, the Legion Go is, actually, I think the original Legion Go, I don't know if it's the Go 2 counts, but remember the original Legion Go is the only other machine that's actually officially supported by SteamOS. Technically, everything else is, you know, your mileage may vary. They'll definitely give you tips and stuff with that, but it's like the compatibility really does, you know, they only design it for those specific systems, the Steam Deck and the Lenovo Legion. But I think that definitely did boost the popularity of the Legion, so it's a bit of a shame to see the Legion 2 just kind of be a bit oofed on that front. And it seems like it's an alright device, but definitely not like the only one that's, you know, got that kind of hardware. So keep your eyes peeled in case you see another one at least happen. I remember the Aya Neo one, they cancelled it. They actually said, like, yeah, we wanted to make it and we couldn't get enough stock, so it's just like, we cannot sell it. Because we won't get the returns, and it doesn't cost well enough to do it the expensive way. Which is such a shame. Because, of course, like, you know, as I keep saying, it's like, all of this, like, price gouging and stuff, which, the more and more we see out of it, the more I start feeling that it's a little bit associated with, the memory makers, rather than the, actual products themselves, or people scalping them. Who is scalping 16GB RAM kits? It's not the AI people. What do they need 16GB of RAM for? They need way more than that. And they also usually need error-correcting memory. They don't need the... Yeah, it's still pricey, all the RAM, but it's like... Seems a bit odd to me. Let's buy the semi-racing and the all-around 4s. Now we've got those. We should be set to win this one. Because my problem was I kept skidding. We gotta not skid, so... Now, I would say with, like, degradation of AI services, this is a topic segue. Why am I at the back? Oh, let's not skid ourselves. Or should I say squid ourselves, because... octopus. So the semi-racing tires won't necessarily make me faster, but that amount of, like, traction loss at the beginning and the potential to skid out is hopefully gone, which means I might have a better shot in catching up to this guy. Although it is still a bit tight, he just goes for it. And there's nothing better in the store. So, really, I think the mystery is I'm just missing, like, some other, you know, thing that we've got to do. But obviously it's like, well, how do you test degradation? Oh, you know, no, let's just use, you know, the benchmarks. AI benchmarks are such a flaky topic. And, there's a paper published in, okay, what part of Don't Skid Out did we, like... did we not talk about? Look how far ahead I am of, like, 3rd place. Absolute pain right there. See, here's the garbage truck, and now we're catching up to, like, all these other fellas. And you can see on the map, you can see... you can see he's overtaken... He's about to overtake the 2nd guy. He's gonna beat him. He's gonna beat the 2nd guy. He lapped 4th onwards. There's a paper in the UC Berkeley. Is it paper or is it more just a blog post? Basically saying the benchmarks aren't measuring what you think they're measuring. What was this? How we broke top AI agent benchmarks and what comes next. And basically pointing out, yeah, no, it's all a bit of a lie. So they said they have taken 8 of the most prominent AI agent benchmarks, and every single one of them they exploited to achieve near perfect scores without solving a single task, without actually having any logic. And a lot of these AI tests, they actually, like, generate answers, and then they try to assert that the, you know, that the agent did the answer, and it's like, yeah, you just have a tool that reads the answer when it needs to, and then spits out the answer. Oh my goodness. Alright, so what are we missing here? We're missing, like... I've got Mr... Thank you, there's a very... deceit in my AI development. Yeah, exactly. And they even said, like... Yeah, they even said in the article... that various AIs already cheated. Like, there's one where it's like, it was like testing like its Git functionality, or like whether it could like understand what people did in Git commits. Or sorry, let me see the exact thing that it said. There we go. Yeah, Quest Coder V1 claimed 81.4%. On SWE bench, the researchers found 24.4% of its trajectory simply ran git log to copy the answer from commit history. Like that kind of stuff. It's just like... it's like... if you ask the AI to solve these answers... I'll check it out, the hotel. Choro Q hotel course. I was just gonna free run it. I need to do the race. I think I need to do the race. Yeah, O3 and Claude 3.7 Sonnet reward hack in 30% of evaluation runs using stack introspection, monkey patching graders, and operator overloading to manipulate the scores. Which is like, listen, like, cheating for the answers is one thing, but cheating the actual, like, algorithm itself. What is this? OpenAI dropped SWE bench verified after an internal audit found that 59.4% of audited problems had flawed tests. What is this? In kernel bench torch.empty returns a stale GPU memory that happens to contain the reference answer to a previous evaluation, which means you can have 0 computation and get full marks just with that one benchmark. The point is that effectively this article, which I think is actually a very, very... Also, excuse me, this is not an on-road track. Really struggling on this one, but you gotta top 3 it, so... Good thing they're telling me to hurry up with the Superman font. Yeah, but the point is that which AI is the best previously relied on many AI benchmarks, and obviously it's an ever-moving target, because what exactly, you know, is the best kind of AI really does depend on what your use cases are, and but yeah, the fact that, like, everyone can just fudge the results kind of begs the question of, well, why are we here? What are we doing here? What do we actually trust? And the answer is nothing. I think just pick a tool, see what it does for you, and if it's unreliable or doesn't do quite what you're doing, you know, I guess we gotta move on and not use it. But certainly using the benchmarks to make a broad statement about how smart things are, like, necessarily are or getting, it's like you're putting a lot of faith that, you know, this thing is working as it probably should. And I think that's what most AI things are. Also, come on. Yeah! It was too convenient. Yeah, exactly. And I think that's the biggest problem, is that we've repeatedly had also collided 99 or more times, excuse me. It was a record right there. It's time for the World GP! Also, this is a perfect opportunity to, well, save and exit. Well, not exiting, we're just saving, but I just need to hit the... I need to hit the memory card. You know what you can do after you save? It's called not exiting. You have to save. But, yeah. So anyway, now we got the World GP up. Does that mean we have new tires? No, we don't. I guess we just win. We just do the GP. Yeah, I don't know. There's nothing I can really buy other than the other horn. Can I preview the horn? Nope. Can't preview the horn. We can change to the cat meter, though. Someone probably wants to see the cat meter. I'll save some of these other ones. Actually, I could probably do the Gymkhana trial while we're at it. I didn't pay attention to the map. We'll see how it is. There's a bit of a line. The Tom meter. I didn't equip the Tom meter just then, so... Pain right there. But I feel like there's so much in the AI space, and, you know, probably lots of kinds of technologies, where it's just like, I don't know, there's no audit. There's no, like, actual, like, you know, confirmation of anything that's working. And I know, obviously, like, the technology is neat, and we can point to the actual... I think we go this way? I'm like, which way are we going? We're going... I think they use this exact layout in, like, one of the other Choro Qs as well. How much time did I need? That was 30. I guess it wasn't good enough for anything. Or it was, and I just didn't see it unlock anything. But anyway, let's equip the cat meter and have a crack at the World GP. We're back on the short circuit. When you see all around 4 actually grips better, and you should have been using it the whole time. Oh, just over 30. Yeah, maybe I should have been using all around. Actually, you know what's the best part? I can have another crack at that. With the better tires. I was thinking in my head it was 35, and then I was like, one of these is not a cat. That's not a cat. That's okay, let's dart back and forth. Round the block, round the block, round the block, round the block, drifted out. Drifted out. Way better time. Way better time. There you go. Choro Q coins obtained. Perfect. What do you get for the Choro Q coins? Honestly, I have no idea. It's a nice thing to 100% for, but honestly, I don't know why I'm collecting them. Unless things are actually walled off because you don't have enough coins. Maybe that's the secret. But if it's like a road trip adventure on the PS2, no, they don't do anything. They're there for funsies. Just like all of these, meters, I guess. Check out this blue guy who's gonna be whooping the races now. I like the idea of having, like, a rival as well. It's good fun, so... Anyways, audit all your systems, man. If you're running AI tools or really anything, you gotta make sure that it's actually doing what you want it to do, and what you tell it to do, and also that it's not lying about things. And I think observing its underlying functionality is... You know, it starts to become more and more a requirement to things. I think I saw a story about how someone... basically, they used AI to create a little bit of a miracle drug, and it's like, it's literally snake oil. But they were, like, faking lots of, like, testimonials and, like, who the doctors were, and it's like, we can't verify any of this. It does have a rival system, where it's like the same person does well in all the races of a Grand Prix. That was a nice and easy win. Look at that. You gotta watch out for that mad special. He's gonna come for you. I'm just like head bopping to this every single time. Also, you can tell how long this game is if my complete save is like 300 hours or 300 kilometers. Not 300 hours. It's not that long a game. But we'll see how far we get in one stream. Now we gotta do Train Road, which is off-road. You know, I feel like the all-around tires are actually, like, probably the best, except for the sewer track. So, anyways, keep your wits about you for your AI stuff. But yeah. But also, on the flip side, you know, how would I put it? This is a dangerous topic I'm just gonna mention, but, Sam Altman, who's the CEO of OpenAI, who has been remarkably, like, there hasn't exactly been any OpenAI mentioned today. We're talking about Anthropic quite a bunch. You know, Opus, that kind of stuff. Yeah, he's been targeted by crazy people who want to firebomb his house. And I think it's very easy to say, hey, just because I don't like, you know, the effects of the product that he is working on doesn't necessarily mean, or no, not even necessarily. It should mean that people attack him personally. I think it goes without saying that. I think as well, like, if you want, like, to actually enact change in the world, like, violence, not a very good option, and also lone wolfing it. Really not a great option. You gotta freaking, like, I don't know, I feel like you gotta organize and run rallies or protests or stuff like that. I think I remember seeing a video of, not to say commit violence. I don't think we were at the stage of violence when it comes to that kind of stuff, but certainly there was, I saw a video which was like a bunch of people in a town were having, like a developer meeting for basically, like, building a data center in this one spot, and like hundreds of people from the town found out, swarmed their location and started yelling at them a bunch. And I know yelling is like quite like, you know, loud and a bit confrontational, but I don't think there was really any like, you know, no one swung, no one was getting up in anyone's faces. They were just making a noise, you know, being noisy around these people developing stuff, and they went, yeah, no, we gotta leave this place because we can't get any of our work done. And it's like, yeah, it's disruptive, but also on the flip side, a lot of these big data centers are sort of detrimental to the, well, not sort of, they, quite a bunch of them have been detrimental to the housing around them. They often will get paid by the company to, you know, have the privilege of having a data center built next to them. Yeah, that mad special, he was aggressive on that one, but that's okay. The goal is to win. It's the win the war. We really don't have anything else I can get here, other than more meters. I want to see what the dragon... I might as well buy all these and we'll switch to different ones on each one. But certainly, like, I feel like, you know, even though they offer money, it doesn't mean you have to take it. And people somewhat, like, it's easy to sell the problem, be like, oh, you know, like, your tool is worth this much to, or your housing is worth this much to me, so therefore I shall pay like that kind of much. And if you agree to that calculation, sure, but often a lot of these companies are really not, you know, selling the, how would I put it? I don't think you can put a monetary worth on some things. And certainly, like, I know people talk about, like, how, even though they talk about recycling water, it's not really recycled. I'm not 100% sure about whether that's actually right. Like, I know there's the theory of closed-loop water cooling, in theory, is closed-loop. None of the water ever returns, and therefore the environment never gets polluted other than the amount of water they take up at first. Which could be kind of big. It could be quite a fair bit of water they take. Ooh, I can actually catch up on this race. Come on, Dragon Speedometer. Oh, no, no. I don't want him to win. Ah, come on. You can't retry these ones as well. I am going to exit the menu if I don't pull this one off, though, but... because I actually feel like I really need this one. Oh, but he's just so fast around that part. And then it's absolute struggle town to catch up. You know, I'll take that one. I'll take that one, because that wasn't the same guy winning that one. As you can see on the list. Oh, that was mad special. Yeah, no. We need to win it. We need to win it. What's the easiest way to restart without actually saving? Because obviously if I exit out of this menu... Oh no, quick game. There you go. Thank you, game. Very thank you. Not thank you that I have to read the memory card in order to pull that off, but... at least thank you that I get the choice to leave. Alright, we'll give that one another go, because I feel like, with enough gusto, I can pull that one off. I don't think I switched to the dragon. So we're back to the cats. Yeah, we're back to cats. But yeah, obviously, don't attack people who are part of big companies. I feel like that's enough to be said there. There are better means of getting change to happen in the world. But the fact that it's happened twice in a week is just like, man, like, what is going on there? What is happening there? And also on top of that, OpenAI is not the only bad. And so, I feel like people gotta focus the efforts on every player. And to some degree, this can be Amazon as well, if you know, people view, or Oracle, or I guess Google or Microsoft, because they all invest in cloud. They are building their own big services, and generally we are now homogenizing, well, not homogenizing, we are specializing so much more of the internet into these like narrow bottlenecks, and suddenly when something goes out, it's like, oh, whoops. Like, everything changes. Case in point, Case in point, we have an example, which is Spain switches off people accessing various IP ranges while there's a football match. They don't like people viewing football games on for free, so any sort of unauthorized IP address during this time, you're not allowed to view it. You're not allowed to go to it. Some of this includes literally all of Cloudflare, because you can't tell. They proxy things, and they try to do bot detection and stuff like that to, you know, weed out bad actors, sure. But it means that the actual website is served through a Cloudflare IP, which means, well, we're banned that as well. And that means that we get things like, if you run... It's not Cloudflare's problem, it's Spain's problem for the government doing this kind of stuff, because it's very silly. You can still get around this by using a VPN, by the way, because a VPN is not, like, restricted to any particular IP range, and if it's encrypted, you ideally can't, you know, tell what kind of activity they're even running through it. In fact, most stings and stuff on, like, what are people accessing, it's purely, like, you know, through IP, basically. That's the only thing I can really spot. Content length, they might be able to, like, contextualize context if they can start, like, you know, they'll obviously see how long the packets are and how frequently you're pulling them in. But, you know, I don't think they can really, like, pin anything in particular. Like, obviously, if you're watching a football stream, it just looks like any other video. So, you're not going to ban everyone watching all video at that time, because obviously there is an official there's an official way to watch football, and we don't want to block literally everyone else who's ever using the internet, except they kind of are, because by blocking Cloudflare, I think Hacker News here writes about Docker pull, basically. You can't use Docker, you can't pull container images and stuff, because the internet is not working, basically. They IP block these ranges, you just can't use anything anymore, which is a shame. More specifically, this showed up on Retro Achievements the other day. A bunch of people said, I can't connect to, like, anything Retro Achievements during, like, this time when the football's on. And obviously, 2 and 2 together, it's like, oh, it's because Retro Achievements uses Cloudflare for all of its website stuff. So, yep, Spain is ruining the Chivos. Exactly. The air quotes solution would be, well, not air quotes solution. One air quotes fix would be don't have Cloudflare, or specifically don't have Cloudflare for Spain. But obviously, you know, the reason why the Cloudflare protection is there is to stop bot traffic, and there's no real way of getting around that. So, yeah, if you're Romanian, you're fine. This is very specifically a Spain problem. Obviously, it's fine in Australia, and obviously, it's fine in you know, most of the world. But yeah, Spain is going quite aggressive on this one. Australia, I don't think has ever pulled off like that kind of like that kind of block. Usually, the worst we've done has been DNS blocking, which there was another one that also people found on Retro Achievements was the site was cutting in and out for some people on certain DNSs. And the nice thing with DNS is that you can test that externally, as long as you know which DNS server someone's using. And it was just kind of weird. It was like, oh, you know, they were not being told the right IPs for certain points in time, which was a bit strange. Me buys all the meters, also me proceeds to not use the meters. It's like a little smiley face on the back of this thing. I actually found a mod for Assetto Corsa that replaces not replaces, but it adds all the cars from specifically this game. And then they also said, like, just like the game, they all play the same. But it's like, that is rather fun that he's done this. Oh, jeez. I think I've botched this one, given how much wind-up time there is. Oh my goodness, I'm taking every corner so bad. No, this is so far gone. Oh no. Yeah, I can't catch up to that. Yeah, no, let's give that one. It is a hard one though. Obviously, giving up is not the solution. But yeah, last one on the AI front is the Linux now has an actual coding assistant guidance, and there's not much to say about it other than obviously everything has to be GPL that you write. You have to, you know, still keep things in certain formats, of course. AI code cannot be signed off in the commit. You have to have a proper sign-off afterwards by a human. And also, you still have to take full responsibility. And also, you should list which AI agents you use in every commit. I think it's a fair kind of response, because obviously it's like, well, people are going to spam things and pretend that, like, if you ban AI, like, contributions, you'll still get a bunch of people who can't turn too early in that. It really does catch you out there. If you try to ban AI contributions, you'll still get people who pretend. It's like, oh my gosh. There you go, the big swing works there. A little bit behind where I was last attempt, but I'm not too far back. Oh yeah. We're gonna keep bumping this guy as well. Other than, of course, the kind of crustiness of some of the PS1 visuals, I do really like the aesthetic of this game. I've liked all of them, and they all kind of have the same charms in various places. But I feel like as they get better, as they go on, they keep getting better and better, which is very nice. So, but yeah, you know, if people are going to use language models for Linux. Sorry, if people are going to use language models all the time, well, to some degree, maybe you got to embrace it, and obviously set the ground rules of please have humans signing off on stuff. Because obviously trash code will never get merged anyways, and if it's good, well, hopefully people shouldn't mind too much that it was made by AI. The distinction here is that it's very easy for people to pump out stuff and pretend that they know what they're doing, and I don't like that's the classic Dunning-Kruger kind of thing, where it's like people who are the most confident become more and more annoying because of this. Or like, sorry, not people who are the most confident, people who like are in the middle area of knowing stuff, or even like the borderline part of knowing stuff. Don't look at that collision count. That we're not looking at it. But yeah, I don't know. I guess you gotta join it at some point, so... Speaking of Linux, though, France has vowed that they're gonna ditch Windows and switch everything to Linux. Oh, we're almost done. I was gonna say, you kick in with your news, because I know you got only so much time, so... Kick in with your news and, see how you're doing, but, yeah, the French government ditching Windows for Linux, I think that's very fair, because one... Most programs... I didn't switch the meter again. Most programs a lot of governments are running probably are web apps these days. Or you can run them in Wine if you really needed to, you know, have the Windows stuff going, but I don't think you do, so... you know, I think that's a good win, and certainly... sorry, not a good win that Microsoft is not being used, but rather that, like... You know... We're getting competition in the operating system space because everyone de facto's Windows, which is fair for some use cases, but I don't know, at some point it's like, you save yourself on licensing and also you encourage people to contribute if you do use it in more scenarios, even if it is government, but it's like, you know what, It's government. It's not like they're necessarily making money to contribute back. They're just making taxpayer money, which maybe they'll contribute back. Maybe. But they're not necessarily in it for a profit, so... I still love how, like, I was having quite a bit of trouble in the hotel, and now it's just like, nope, breezy. Easy breezy. Yes, by the way, you did see that shortcut, and I will have a crack at taking that shortcut. Although I don't know about how it exits. It doesn't quite feel right. And if you're curious and you were like, it was like, shortcut? I didn't see a shortcut. It's cheeky, but it was there. Yeah, it should be not the possessive you're cool. Listen, that's the joys of a good translation. Okay, let's have a crack at it. So I don't know if you spotted this. I'm so far ahead, so that's why I was like, I'll have a crack at it. You can see it exits over there, so it probably saves you from dealing with that one corner. But then that S-bend, it's like, well, now you got to deal with that as an actual corner rather than like just sliding off. Japanese people don't... I don't know who did the translation. It could just be like, well, it was the only one that fit. It's easier to fit 8 letters than 9 and a bit. Like, why are they using 2 exclamation marks there? Why is this finish so pixely? We'll never know. I don't know how many races are in the Grand Prix, but 9 seems like a solid number. 9? 7 seems... Oh, there you go. Yeah. Oh, I thought 7, said 9, and then, you know, look at 7. Well, we got enough of a lead, so I'm feeling confident that we can win this right now. Right here, right now. Wow. Let's return back to the menu for the last race in the castle. And that's right, we're 1, switching back to all rounds. 2, we're switching to the white meter. I don't know, it's here. What is the white meter, you say? Only other ones as well. Linux 7 is out. This is the kernel revision. Despite naming it 7, I don't think it actually, like, breaks anything other than they broke 486 support, which is such an old processor. It's like, that's fine. I don't think people are crying too much about that. If you really want to get it to work, you just figure it out yourself. Figure out how to fix it. And patch it in. If you really wanted to. But whoever is maintaining it really doesn't want to do it anymore. And we kind of have to respect him for that one. Also, it supports Nova Lake processors. Nova Lake? Yes. As in the processors that are eventually going to come out, but they're not out yet. You have to remember that there's a bunch of people from Intel and AMD making sure that their stuff does indeed work on this, because they know everyone uses Linux. Even people who deploy to Microsoft Azure still use Linux all the time instead of Windows VMs. And unfortunately, Microsoft knows that, which is why they're trying to remove the Copilot naming from literally everything. Meanwhile, many laptops have shipped with a Copilot button, and you'll never be able to erase that from them. How unfortunate. It's almost as if we saw this coming a mile away. That if you awkwardly brand something and then you absolutely misuse it, it's going to be so tacky. Help, these flags are blocking my view. This guy is zooming. He's really going, isn't he? Except for this one corner where I'm zooming, apparently. Check that one out. Woo! Too fast, too furious. Finale Lapelli. I love this outside, there's barely anything. They were like, well, you can barely see it, like, outside, so we're just gonna not model anything out there. Sometimes you get games that are fancy, and even though, like, a lot of racing games, the camera is quite stuck to where the track is. They'll still kind of model things from multiple angles that you can view around the track. Oh, excuse me. He's catching up. Or rather, he's caught up. And now I need to catch up on this one sick drift corner. Can we do it? Just like the last time. Check that one out. I remember the bonus track from the previous game was like very straightforward for some reason. Also, I love the inexplicable 60 FPS in the replay. And there we go. So I didn't quite get perfect. We lost 1 point at the beginning. But hey, that's fine. Crowning achievement. We did it! Miraculous hourglass obtained! I never watched that show, sorry. And now we're back to normal. But now you've got day-night cycle. Which is awesome. Day-night cycle now implies that everything is closed in the city. Everything. And by everything, I mean, yeah, what a prize. Although we do have the trophy in our house now. And there's also owls. But yeah, now we can browse the store where browsing's at nighttime, where you know some stuff is closed, one shop is. Yeah, exactly. You saw that hint. But yeah, you can see a lot of things are shut down. Like obviously the trains are shut down. That one store is open. There are 5 maze sites. But the other thing as well is that if you note that some of the town gets closed off. So now I can't go anywhere to the right of here. But we've got this cafe, which is just there. Okay. There is a parts store here, although that one's closed as well. But you can't go any further over in this direction. But the other direction is entirely open now. So the nighttime shop... Also, excuse me, what's going on over there? But the nighttime town is effectively a completely different town. And now you can do Night Gymkhana as well, because why not? There's a bookshop, where you can also buy a town map. Which is great. If you've been wondering, finally we have a town map. Doesn't quite show you where all the things are, but sure. That's okay. But that's what I love about this game, is that like you think you've done it. Like in the first game, stop. In the first game, it's like you do the Grand Prix and then it's just like, okay, do it again. And that's kind of it. And they make it a bit fancy in the second game with the season cycle that you have to like base yourself around. Look at that, fire. Water on the fire. But in this one, I love the idea of the day and night because it effectively, you know, they do count it as like, you know, it properly doubles the amount of content in the game. Water ends of... Exactly. I know obviously saying like, oh wow, it's nighttime. That just happened. Did say somehow. Look at this curious dead end. Who put this curious dead end in here? Also, again, the music is jamming. It's such a vibe. I really need to put songs from this soundtrack in there. With a ramming attack. If only I could turn around these. Oh, excuse me, that was a ledge. I should have noticed. I really want to know the name of this, like, synth sound. It's very common in a lot of these, like, Japanese, like, 90s songs. Turns out, this is, doesn't really go anywhere. Is City Pop? Maybe. It probably is. That's probably how to describe it, yeah. Check out this pagoda! It's not really a pagoda. And this mysterious ghost. Hi there. And now he spooked me forever. You know why? Because there's there's a mystery house course right here. That ghost is just gonna forever be there, is it? Jazz fusion is such like a wide genre though, isn't it? Gotta have another vending machine, why not? And yes, it's the nighttime teleport. You probably could have predicted that we had a nighttime teleport. So what other things are there to do in the town? I mean, we saw the part shop. Look at this fun cracked wall. Or is that a mural? I think it's a mural. I'm not too sure what those orange blips are on the map, like what they're referring to. We saw that, and we've seen this part shop. Parts 4! We went to the bookshop and we got the map. There's a gap there. I feel like we've seen everything. There's a city. There's a city in that direction. That's cool. Yeah, I think we've seen everything. Back to the menu. Alright, first of all, before I forget, we're changing the meter to at least something different. And now we're checking out the parts 4, which, I mean, for the most part, yeah, it's more parts. I've got just enough of racing tires 4, which might help me out, but also some variety of big tires, which I think will actually help in the off-road stuff. So the question is, what are we driving? I'll save that choice for later. We've got engine plus 8 over there. The big wing is always a nice purchase. The chassis 4 at least. Okay, sure. Also some wheels. Why not? We can also do Night Gymkhana, which looks a bit more intense. So I think I'll save that for the hot moment. We'll check out the race where now we have nighttime variants of our races, which might be a bit more intense as well. But hey, you know, more money. Let's give it a go. Let's give it a go. Last one. There's an ASRock Pro, there's an Intel Pro Arc Pro B65. I didn't even realize that this got announced. Oh, it's underwater. Hello, I am under the water. I love how quite a bunch of these nighttime tracks also, like they're your alternate versions. So you got the track kind of offside there, and that's because yeah, that's like an existing circuit. This one, the speedometer at the top is really throwing me off. Yeah. You like how we're going backwards down those steps in the pagoda level? That's fun. That's good fun. Oh, I just feel like a... Seriously, this game makes you feel like such a kid, because all this like wild stuff is happening. And all in all, you're making continual progress, as always. But yeah, Intel Arc Pro B65. It's a stripped-down version. Well, I don't know, it's described as a stripped-down version of the B70, I think. I don't know what die it's got on the inside, because it's not out yet. But, from the specs, it's still got 32 gigs of memory, and it still has the 256-bit memory bus as the B70, but it has much fewer of the cores. I can't glance at it. 160 cores compared to 256 of the big Pro B70, so it might almost have half the, or 60% of the actual compute performance. But the whole point of why you buy cards like this sometimes is... I got it, we're good, we're good. The reason why you buy cards like that is because, well, I don't need compute, I need memory. And, well, it's a card that's got the memory, so. Which you might see this be just as popular. We'll see. I love how I, like, wondered, what should I buy? And then I proceeded to not buy anything. But we should probably get the big tires. Why not? And you might be wondering as well, and yes, I will immediately use the big tires to see what was over that one barrier in the daytime, which they hinted at right then and there. They know, I know, that you know that we need to check out what's beyond the big tires all over there. And I didn't change the meter again. Whoops. Big tires are very slippery, but oh boy, they're big. Also, I kept thinking it was over there. So as you can see, that's what our map's like. We get to explore this whole other wing of it all. Boing. Check it out, it's the big tires course. I don't think this is anything other than, like, unlocking a new course. But it's kind of fun that it's like, oh, okay, so you go to the nighttime city, and now you can buy the big tires, where you can now unlock a new course to then drive. What is the point of that little sidecar? Is that a pit lane? And you can jump. It's a whole course designed around you just having the big tires. Anyway, so obviously you can tell that's probably going to show up in the well, in the race. Yeah, look at all these other tracks that we've just unlocked as well. We might as well do the big tires race. See what's going on there. Also, Chinese Ridge, Middle Circuit. Seriously, this track list keeps growing by the day. So yeah, we'll see more about the B65 soon. The only other thing, a succulent Chinese Ridge. Onto the gaming news. One is a little bit of well, I'm very certain you can cut that, and I don't know why I didn't, but sure. One is hilarious rage bait. I just want to mention. Someone did a tweet, basically saying indie devs are really out here creating brand new genres while AAA devs are working on the 10th extraction shooter game this year. And a part of me feels like there is a bit of legitimacy to that statement. There's a lot of big game companies that are that obviously you know, pump out what is popular. There's a lot of game companies that are looking into extraction shooters, and you know, when before it was battle royales, and even then it's like, you know, games as a service stuff. On the other hand, the indie game that he notes is literally Monkey Ball. He's tilting the stage around, and the ball, which is tethered to another ball at the very least. But yeah, it's a Marvel platformer. We've had these. Oh, look at this shortcut. All these people doing behind me. They're not doing their best. That's surf guitar Toto. Oh yeah, like, if anything as well, I'm only complaining about the tweet. I'm not really complaining about the actual, like, market that we're in. Ooh. I'm not complaining too hard about, like, the actual market, but it's just like, obviously the tweet is designed to be clear rage bait, and I get it, and maybe me reading it out isn't helping the problem at all. But on the other hand, it's like, yeah, like, I don't know, I think legitimately a lot of people don't realize that, like, you know, there's a lot of games, like, seriously, there's an insane number of people. I think the tweet is probably intended rage, but yeah, I think there are definitely real people who have, certainly, they've never played a game before the PS4. And I mean, if you think about it, it's like, that's like 13 years now. Oh, I botched that one. But like, yeah, it's been 13 years, or maybe not 13 yet, but 12 and a half. We're getting very close to 12 and a half years since the PS4 came out. Like, it's been a while. And certainly, hey, if you've been playing games for a while, you probably know about the PS4, and you probably... Yeah, true, when are we getting a game for it? I love how if you bounce onto that line in the middle, you actually kind of get a bit of a free reign over that part here. What a curious circuit here. And you even got your 12-bar blues, and you even got the claps and the percussive line. But yeah, there's a lot of people where, because they haven't played a game like before the PS4, think about it. Like, they've only seen one Metroid Prime. They've only seen like two 3D Mario games. They've only seen like the God of War reboots. They've seen like 2 Gran Turismos. Like, games are fairly infrequent for them. So obviously most of the market is like, indeed, like, oh, you know, it's all that kind of stuff. I also love how we've got the actual part shop too, so you can indeed buy Engine Plus 6 and at the very least the high-speed transmission, which I think will help me out a little bit. But I don't know, part of me feels like big tires and I mean, we could buy the wing as well if we swap it to nighttime. Where's Part Shop 3? I'm not too sure. But a part of me wants to save up for the racing tires though. But a part of me also wants to just buy the big wing. Big wing. Also, we can buy the mesh spoke tires. Why not? Why not? The trade-in shop is still the same. They just have it in the menu in case you wanted to sell things. Let's see if Chinese Ride is comfortable. Especially like Leisure. Yeah, true, exactly. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think the big, maybe they are grippy on road. Maybe. I'm still gonna wing it. I've got the faster acceleration now, so, and the big wing, okay, digital analog, which I think Big Meter was the one I was using. Yeah. The wheels are technically bigger, but the tires adjust to that. Okay. Whole point is that the tweet is rage baiting me, and I'm spending time on it. But also, people need to play old games. Learn your history. I'm gonna be skidding a ton, actually, I feel. Yeah, 100%. Maybe I should swap to the tires. Yeah, 100%. Let's, last bit of news is obviously, Forbes will mention, extraction shooters and PlayStation having no games. Forbes, has done a bit of an investigation on Marathon's budget, and, it probably costs $200 million. Likely over $250 million, let alone ongoing costs for maintenance or new content. And 2 weeks ago, it was estimated that they probably only sold 1.2 million units total, which, hey, for I think it's a $40 US game, it's like, well, that's a quarter of the cost. Obviously, you know, it was under development for a very long amount of time, and I don't believe maintenance is going to go anywhere near that cost, but I guess the thing is that, obviously, as well, your players are purchasing this game day one, most likely. Oh! At least we got a restart button there, but yeah, it's like, it doesn't seem that great for the game. Who knows how long they're gonna keep it up. Obviously, it has lasted longer than Concord and Highguard, but on the other hand, it's like, to offset that cost. Yeah, and Concord was an insane cost as well, so obviously Concord was an immediate flop, like, the moment they realized no one was playing it. Marathon has players, but doesn't have enough players. I don't have enough traction, I'll tell you that. I'm making a face right now, I'm like, grieving right there. But yeah, also, most of its players are on Steam, which, is sort of hilarious for a Sony title. Not as in hilarious for a Sony title to not be as popular on the PlayStation, but rather, like, given the articles of Sony potentially pulling out of releasing games on PC in the near future. I don't know, it's kind of rumor mill, but it's also like, they are removing wording of PC games. Look at that, first try, except now I gotta do it for 3 laps, so... I've also gotta come in the top 3 for this race, at least. Oh my gosh, someone's also further ahead than this. Yeah, I mean, I don't get why you wouldn't want to release your game on more platforms, other than you want to sell your hardware. But it's weird, because it's like, I swear the PS5 does sell well. Other than it going up in price over time, which is kind of annoying, it's like, well, it's generally been much better selling than the Xbox, and yeah, you can't build exclusivity at this point. The big reason why people buy the system is because it's cheaper than a computer, which is true most of the time for the actual like performance you get out of it, and we really gotta hit that melody hard on this song. Jeez. I think they make more than that, but certainly they don't have the Nintendo effect where they can kind of release games of like very wildly different genres and somehow it develops a market. Like Tomodachi Life is coming out real soon. I didn't realize as well, Rhythm Heaven's got a release date for July something, very early July. So it's technically Q3, but it's real soon. Also, it's a half-price game. It only costs 60 Australian. July 2nd. Yeah, okay, there you go. Yeah, very, very soon. So, luckily, I don't know if it's getting a physical release. Yeah, luckily the price didn't go up. Yeah. But yeah, who knows what's gonna happen to Marathon over time. That's the only one. That's the only one. But I mean, most of my news was AI and then talking about computer hardware, so I'm not too sure how much it overlapped. So rapid fire it to me. Part of me wants to like just keep playing this game forever because I wanted to kind of two stream it, but then it's like, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. It does seem. Unfortunately, it's on the chopping block. But any live service game could just be like, you know, maybe it's a namesay thing, maybe you play it for the long game. Not every game can be Overwatch, where it's like insanely profitable on day one. And Marathon had big shoes to fill, obviously, as well. They're rebranding an existing franchise. Yeah, I mean, it seems decent. There's a reason why it's still got its player count. But yeah, it's not Helldivers, exactly. But again, I think the point that should be highlighted is not that, oh, you know, like, how will they get the return? It's, why on earth did it cost $250 million to make? Oh my goodness, that's a lot of money. You could fund many countries with that money. Like, I know difference in labor and that kind of stuff, but it's like, my point is, like, that's a lot of money for something that ultimately, is it better than a game that cost 25 million? 2.5 million? Like, people gotta keep changing their expectations, because a factor of 10, honestly, is not improving games by that much, and yet somehow they slam out that much money, and obviously it's like, well, the costs are clearly going into labor, because, right? I don't know what else you're really spending other than, like, time and effort, and obviously this game was 9 years in development. It's like TF2, man. People thought that was crazy back in the day. See, at least for Valve, their secret is they don't have anywhere near as many people working on the game, so when it takes 9 years, you know that's 9 years for, like, a team of, like, 20. When did I buy the city right? Okay, oh, true, exactly. Exactly. Because remember as well, I'm pretty sure they, like, a team was working on Marathon when Destiny 2 released. And suddenly some part of Bungie started working on Destiny 2, you know, content for post-release. And some people worked on Marathon. And 9 years later, here we are. I'm a big fan of mine levels that are just like rocks everywhere. I love the aesthetic. With that type of work. Yeah, I don't know if like... I guess the question is like how much of Bungie is the same Bungie, and I think there are some people, but it really is a very different company. And then on top of that, it's like, what does this say about the, you know, the people they're hiring? And I think the problem is not that people who are hired have no talent, but I think it's because the projects are way too long to iterate and learn from. Like, if you're a game dev and legitimately stayed at a company that existed, like, you know, like, if the company never went bankrupt and they could continue making games, making a game every 9 years seems like it's not a very rewarding effort. There's no feedback loop. You have no idea that the thing you invested so much time in is worth it. And to bounce back, why on earth are games taking this long to develop? Like, what are you doing here? Yeah, management is a problem. I think, yeah, somewhat there's a product owner standpoint. I know as well, I think Overwatch took like 6 years. When they went into productionizing Overwatch, that is. Because I know they called it Project Titan for a while, and it was actually going to be a bit of a WoW expansion. I think this is actually probably the best track to grind money on. $2,000 for a minute and a half there. We got the new stadium. You like the old stadium? Nah, we got the new one. The first one. The first one. The very first one. I'm pretty sure they started work on it in like 2010. I thought that was mushrooms for a moment. It's Wario Stadium. And we're going anti-clockwise. These big tires are made for driving. Well, yeah, that's all my news. That's all of it. Go start spitting out your news, Eddie. We gotta hear what you got. That just say gear up? Also, wow, these guys are aggressive. And yes, those are TRD ads. I love how sponsorships in all of these like driving games is a very natural thing to expect. Predator, Double Dragon, rip. Well, hopefully he's getting 50,000 on Double Dragon and a wonderful place in the sky. I've actually never played any of these games, so I actually should play one at some point. Maybe I've played Double Dragon like ages ago, but ages ago, you know. Yoshihisa Kishimoto. Come on, it's 4th place, just chilling right there. I mean, there are some upgrades I can do to make my life a little easier, but all I gotta do is just beat him, and we're set. I've never played those ones as well. Was he also on those ones? We got the mystery house. Ah. Everyone likes a good old horror house level. We gotta use the other tires. Also spooky, yes. Let's change the meter while we're at it to the digital one, and back to the all-around 4s. Yeah, the all-around 4s. Because I'm saving up for those racing ones, for 10,000. It feels like it's pretty 50-50 between the tires. But I'll probably be caught out if I don't have good all-rounder tires, I guess. Also, I love the color grading on this one. A little bit of lazy room kinds of levels though, where it's like, oh, we just drew a line, that's your outline. Slam into the wall there. Whoops. And now I'm getting released. I'm getting decked on by an AI. Checked. Is that the term? Outrun? That's a different game. But I love the theming on this one. Spooky house level. How many tracks have we done? I'm pretty sure we're like eking like 15 now. Cheers! We got some new advancements. I think I saw one. And it can play SingStar. Yeah, I saw one which was like a reaction to it where it was like yeah, it was one developer on an actual like PS3 game back in the day was like very impressed about how they figured out how to speed that one up. So it's like, I think that one component, off the top of my head if I remember the article, it said it was like 50 or 60% faster, which doesn't necessarily mean that the games will run 60% faster, but some of the most intensive ones are like 7%, which is good. It's good. That's a good boost. Still can't afford those racing tires. Do we have any other tracks? Oh my gosh, where did this one come from? Jungelskog. That's not the jungle. That's the jungle. Welcome to the jungle. We've got fun and games. Yeah, 5 to 7. Thank you, Jungle Chance. I love how jungle is always Africa. Always. We can have jungles everywhere. We have... Well, not really. We don't have Australian jungles. We got trees and stuff. Okay, we definitely don't have these in Australia. Is that a slug? Is that... or maybe we're in South America. Who knows? Amazon rainforest. Hola. The best part as well, I actually didn't see the trailer. I was just browsing eShop and I noticed it had a price and a release date now. I was like, oh. Does it have a physical release? I do want to buy it physically. But I watched what it was on. Okay, that's good. Is it game key card for no good reason? Yeah, it's a cheaper price game, and I'm glad about that. I hope it has a Switch 2 compatibility in the sense of like just a 4K mode, because I've been playing it a little bit, just a little bit. I don't think I'm going to commit too hard into playing it, but I've been playing a little bit of Pokemon Champions, which just came out, and I got my gist of it, which is well, it's battling Pokemons, and they accidentally got Galade's gender wrong in a tutorial. Whoops. It's such a minor problem. There you go. I'll definitely say, if you play it, you will feel like an idiot very quickly. And also, I have not played competitive Pokemon since X and Y, so seeing a bunch of Sun and Moon and stuff onwards is like, oh, it's throwing me off. Also, there's so many Mega Evolutions from Pokemon Legends ZA that I'm just like, I've got no clue, man. It just came out. Well, I will buy the tires just so I've got them. So I've got the nice racing tires. Yeah. there's bits... How would I put it? Okay, here's my thoughts. So first of all, it doesn't look great. I know judging Pokemon on its looks is like a dead horse now. It's like, yeah, we get it. Like, but legitimately, it's like, it only runs at 1080p, even on the Switch 2. Reflections and other stuff are kind of low resolution. You can spot the half resolution reflections and the, yeah, there's a bit of that. I've also had it freeze on me after trying to resume a session. Like, if I hit the home menu and just do some stuff without really turning the system off, it's fine, but if I, you know, put it to sleep, come back, it'll just be locked forever, and I have to close the game and start it up again, which is fine. It's not really much of an issue, especially given that it's just an always online game. But yeah, you do need to be familiar with newer Pokemon games, and especially with competitive Pokemon, so it's got some nice things like how, you know, effort values are just like, oh, you just swap them. And if anything, they've changed it into a way that reads a bit easier, which is nice. You can swap natures, you can swap the movesets with literally anything that they can learn. You can give them there's a large selection of hold items, but I noticed the Toxic Orb isn't one of them. There's a bunch of items that are just not in the game for some reason, and therefore some Pokemon like Glysaur are not as useful as I would like them to be. Oh, it wasn't the only one. Who else did they goof up? I believe it's got 212 total Pokemon forms. You got a couple where it's like the different like regional variants, and some that just have like different forms and stuff. I don't mind that at first, but certainly it's like it builds a curious meta where everyone just loves Garchomp. Everyone loves Garchomp. They patched the wrong genders. Okay. Now you're gonna tell me another one that had the wrong gender. Except they didn't. I was gonna say, like, I checked my video. So that which one was the one that they fixed? Who knows? I think it's time for a Super GP. But yeah, let's see. I would like to buy the engine's kind of crazy. The chassis maybe, because that will boost my acceleration. I've got the tires, I've got the engine. I mean, I think they'll fix it. There we go, back to the menu. Also, I love how the GP is only available in the daytime. And then it's nighttime. Sure, okay. $5,000 dues if I win this one. Which implies to me that maybe I will need... Or I'll get my butt kicked. We'll see. Oh my gosh, look how fast they're going. Jeez. Actually, I might be able to catch up on this one. Or maybe. We'll see. I'm kind of catching up. Kinda. The big tires are doing good. Yeah, I'm curious which ones had the wrong genders. But what's curious about Pokemon Champions, from my perspective, is like it changes the meta. Some moves have its powers changed. Some things like paralysis now only kicks in quarter of the time rather than half the time. There's a couple of other ones as well where it's like there are some differences. Not enough to really like, make things not work that used to, I think. But I think some people will be, poking through the meta and trying to find, well, the female Galad is like such an obvious one because it's in a tutorial that you have to witness. just like VDSP. It does feel... I'm really on the fence about it still. Also, does that imply that it's made in Unity again, which means people are going to reverse engineer it? It is an always online game, but also the pricing is kind of ridiculous. So yeah, it's an always online game. It's free. There is in Australian dollars, a $10.50 starter bundle, which includes a bunch of stuff that isn't really too necessary, except for the box space. You've only got 30 box space to work with, which is very obnoxious. You will get 5 when you hit Great Ball tier in single battles. I think you'll get another 5 if you do double battles. You might get 5 if you keep hitting the other tiers, but most likely, yeah. Well, if it's Unity, that is. Well, I guess I can indeed afford the, I can't afford the engine. It's still too much. Supreme chassis. Shouldn't have bought those tires, I tell ya. I'm curious if I switch to the racing tires and we try and do the night gymkhana just to see what's all about. Let's see, change the meter to the black meter. And then we got the Supreme chassis, which will help out a little bit in the absence of a better engine at the moment. Let's try out this night gymkhana. I don't have too much to say though, other than it kind of does kick my butt after a while. Like, a very quick while. Like, there's a bunch of stuff like having to understand prediction. So just ones like, I'm just getting like predicted by people who, you know, in double battles they know how to accurately like Destiny Bond. I think the billboard said 40 seconds as well for this. Look at that big moon back there. I need to get... I did, yeah, I was like... Level 5, the game company. Yeah, they did, Ni no Kuni, they do Professor Layton, Inazuma 11, various Dragon Quest nowadays. We still get Dragon Quest 10 updates all the time, like the one that adds the AI slime assistant. Or the one that makes me sneeze. Hold on. Poor screen jump scare. I think that's me goofing it again. Yeah, that's... Gosh, that one really catches me off guard. Jeez. I should really refer to that on the map in a moment, if I botch this again. Dang it. Oh. Retire is not the option I wanted, but sure. And now look at this again. Okay, so hold on. We got the big lamp. Snake around a bit. I do the lap around. Oh, you gotta tuck in real tight. Okay. Yeah, you're tucking in way tight. You're snaking between them. Okay. I visualize, now we execute. Will I get 40 seconds? I don't know. Probably not. I see the message in the corner of my eye. I can't see it. Oh, they actually spoke about the Layton game. Very nice. Yeah, look how tight that is. Jeez. Oops, and that's probably going to botch up my time. Ooh. Also, it will be on Steam. That is very nice. A lot of people, again, they forget, you know, which franchises and which ones are actually, like, locked to certain systems. But it's nice that, even though it's getting exposure on, you know, being on the Nintendo platform again, I don't hate the idea of them releasing them on Steam, because these games are great. It is going to be interesting because it's the first one since the big Puzzle Master unfortunately passed, although he was quite old. You led a very full life. Yeah, I totally can do this in 40 seconds. The New World of Steam releases it on Epic Games Store. Oh, I forgot to mention, Amazon Luna's shutting down. I didn't even have that in my notes. I saw that. I didn't even write that one down. Yet another streaming service for games. It's Amazon's equivalent of Stadia, and everyone knows what happened to Stadia. That was your news, I forgot to mention. I stole your news, sorry man, I'm sorry. Listen, nothing escapes me except my mind. I actually got like another one I can mention about hardware, but I'll let you get through your other ones. Is it me or is there like no draws happening? Where it's like, oh, how do we do like you know, a trail effect? I feel like if I just keep my speed and I take it so wide around this whole thing, I'll generally be doing it a bit faster. And then, oh, keep it tight. Never quite get that one right. Because you can switch your momentum real quick like that. But that's okay, that's within 40 seconds. We're good, we got there. Enough Gymkhana training. Try again. Do you want to? Yeah. Slightly backwards sentence, but sure, yeah. What does this moon know that I don't? What does he know? I'm surprised level 5 had so much stuff to announce as well. So keep going about that. Chinese Ridge. Okay, can we do the Chinese Ridge quicker? Now I've got literally the chassis. How much was the engine? It was $12,500 and I didn't buy that. How much money do I have? Nowhere near enough. Okay. Of course you can always grind, so I mean if we're too far off the mark then... well, we're back to the beginning. Let's go back to the, I like the dragon meter. It's really cool. Yokai Watch 4. Not in English. That's... I mean, it's exciting. It's happening. Seriously, it's such a cool speedometer. What's going on with that? Other than you have no idea what gear you're in. I feel like the chassis actually is helping a ton though. Of course. Take it gentle. Oh, you can actually read the numbers? Is it proper like Chinese numerals? Because I have no idea Chinese numerals. Nothing is cooler than the fact the flag says Q3 as well to remind you which game you're playing. It's only fitting to... It's only fitting to use the dragon on this track as well. Although, the cat one probably is appropriate as well, given it's got a panda on it. Only 4 and 5. Well, it's because I'm mostly going between 4th and 5th gear. But I swear we should have dropped down to like 2nd and 3rd at some point as well. Snack... I did not read about Snack World, no. Yoshi's Snack World. It's not Yoshi related, but... Yeesh. Rather consistent lap times there. $5,000 dues. I'm just gonna continue gushing about this game. I'm loving it, man. I'm really loving it. Other than me obviously save scumming. Just ignore the me save scumming. Let's see, we got Jungle. Let's go back with the big tires. I had a good run with this one last time. I saw the Deca Police trailer. I actually saw that one. Hey, I have not seen Holy Horror Mansion. I gotta check out that trailer. Deca Police, the name reminds me of Deca Sports, and that's not quite a good thing. Like, the game itself looks kind of interesting enough. It actually gives me the Ni no Kuni vibes. I feel like it's maybe got a bit of the personnel between them. That was a doozy. That's still a doozy. Me just rubbing all these walls the wrong way. We're doing good, we're doing good. Good old Nintendo news. My Nintendo news. Splatoon Raiders and the newest Fire Emblem got rated by Peggy. That does imply that they're coming out soon. Which also implies, is Nintendo about to announce a big release date for them? I might give this one a retry, because, I mean, we're at the end of the track, and I'm still 4th. Yeah, that does sound like... I'm surprised that the Fire Emblem is, like, soon as in now soon. Yeah, maybe a direct soon. Ooh. Gotta shake my hand. Ah, jeez. Yeah, we might... I feel like Splatoon almost always warrants its own direct. But I am curious if we'll get one for both. I don't know how much you can really show off Fire Emblem. We've already had the bot! It's a different account as well. They're always different accounts. Every single bot. Yeah, whoops. No Amazon Luna. Also, no refunds. I feel like like for a subscription service, it's very hard to refund a subscription service because you paid for the time you had. Like, as in, if someone's going to say, sorry, not that it's impossible to refund them, but rather, like, if you had to justify, well, what product am I taking away from you? It's like, well, you paid for a month of service, and we gave you a month of service for exactly what it was, and now we don't run the service anymore, and oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I buggered it on the bridge. Stadia didn't give refunds on any subscription costs, did they? They only gave refunds on one-time purchase items. I don't know if the controller counted as well. But yeah, it's a shame that like Luna is flat out going no refunds, like at all. Maybe they'll change the tune, maybe. But like, if you didn't see this coming, it's like everyone pointed to Stadia, said this is going to be a flop. It was a flop, and then Amazon did the exact same thing. And I don't know if it was a flop in the same breath because it lasted longer, but it certainly felt like it was probably going to be the exact same thing. Look at that, I'm still coming fourth. I don't feel happy about coming fourth. Because you'll see, it's like... I could definitely pull this off, because I did, you know, the bridge awkwardly. Yeah, it's like, oh, we're all brought up next to each other. I want to be in the lead in case I actually do need to fall back. Yeah, exactly. How successful is anything? At the end of the day, I probably don't think cloud streaming really is like that intense. It takes engineer hours to build the platform, but I actually don't think that it's overtly using resources that they didn't have, or like a kind of like extra infrastructure. It kind of just seems like, well, they had that infrastructure, and maybe, arguably now, maybe they're turning that stuff, that rendered video games, into AI data centers. That actually might just be what they want to do. They're shutting it down just to shift use cases over. But as for unfortunate gamers, we are getting caught out because we just want a game. We just want a grill. And unfortunately, our hardware has been hijacked by those darn AI people. I don't think hijack is the right one, but you know what I mean. It's like, oh man, it's kind of unfortunate. It's like all of the resources that could be, you know, diverted into creating more fun game experiences are probably just getting funneled into this AI stuff. And who knows how long they'll last. I hope that it means that eventually there'll be a lot of fun hardware available for us again. But until then, you know, even though memory prices are a little bit coming down, it's like they're still triple the price they should be at rather than quadruple. Jackbox-like casual games. Why yes, the ever-blossoming market of Jackbox games. We are getting Jackbox 12 this year, just as a reminder. Yeah, I mean, that kind of sounds like they wanted to either milk more money out of it or wrap it up. You know, I really can't finish this one more than third. And there's a guy right behind me as well. What? He's right behind me, isn't he? Oh. No! No, 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 no! I've just got concede with fourth. That's 3 times. I'm not getting past that. Also, no, my money! Because you get no money for third. For fourth, rather. Well, I will probably wreck them in the big dice track. Let's not save, just because I do want another crack at the, at that one, should I botch it up, but I feel confident about the big tires track. Although you'll probably see the AI, they're not cheating, like I am. One additional piece of news. You're an additional news piecer. But wait, there's more. One last thing, quote Steve Jobs. I don't have any Apple news. I remember they might have done something recently, but I can't remember what it was. I just remember the existence of Apple in the news. Oh. Alright, Flash has started. Oh yeah, she's on that server. I would like to figure out, I saw the message, I haven't joined it, I'm sorry. I was busy doing Sing stuff. But yeah, I would like to see, the integration points. I don't really, like, I don't have too much knowledge on, I guess the inner workings of Flash or, particularly the emulator. I've given, like, some feedback, but it's like, you know what I mean? It's like, it's the stuff that I kind of think, or stuff to watch out for, but I guess now that it's ready to test, it's like, well, you know, we'll see. Yes, I know that. I'm seeing your DMs as you talk about it, but I'm not seeing, sorry, I don't know the, like, I don't really have any input of my own. I mean, there's a bunch of Flash games that probably are quite intense on the system. And And obviously a rhythm game would be like great fun. But yeah, I'm curious about like, well, if it's alpha testing, I guess the question is like, what's the timeline? Like, what are we like, you know, what steps are in place before this becomes actual like live? Well, is it even going to be part of Retro Achievements, or is it just like, it's its own thing? That's what I'm curious about. I don't imagine Ruby would want to do the whole Retro Achievements backend just to make a Flash game equivalent. I nearly lapsed someone? Oh my goodness. Well, we got enough for the engine. I'm still in the lead. I'm still in the lead. There you go. Engine 8. Engine plus 8. We are grooving. Oh, definitely, you gotta make your proof of concept. Yeah, certainly. And honestly, like, again, the integration point with actual retro achievements, there's a lot of convention with retro achievements and not necessarily, like, strict, I guess, like, you know, strict rules. Obviously, the classic one that I always, like, mention is, the memory mapping and how I would love for memory to be mapped. Like, or just let me write achievements against the virtual memory address space. Like, don't map it into a physical space. There's no reason it has to start at 0. And we almost got there for the Wii because there's actually a separate memory range. It's non-contiguous. But they didn't use exclusively the virtual memory space. They 0 adjusted it, and now it's still got a weird offset on everything. Look at this acceleration go. We're gonna whoop these guys now. Or at least I thought I'd whoop him. He's still rocking, still chasing. Oh my gosh. Look at that, we're going 180 miles an hour. Jeez. Choro Q miles. I guess they're kilometers, technically. Go for it. Yeah, hopefully this has inspired a bunch of people to check out this game. Just like the other ones as well. What is the easiest way to play them? I don't know, man. You're gonna have to find a Japanese copy, run it on your Japanese system, and possibly fan patch it somehow. I don't know how one runs patches on a physical machine. Yeah, I would like to try it out and see stuff, but I will say again, it's like, you know, stuff like Meatbro made more Wii sets than I've made sets full stop. Like, there are some people who have spent a lot more intentional time with the system. I generally work with, like, I try to do games that people find a bit trickier or games that are a bit more niche, and I don't really spend as much of my time on the actual dev work or, in some cases, maybe like full contributing to the site, but on the flip side, it's like, well, you know, I do things that I can do, and, you know, it's a site run by volunteers, so generally it just needs a volunteer. You getting... I'm on the fence about getting up because I haven't played it yet, so I don't know what I would put in a set before I dev it. Oh, we're going on road, which means we're going racing tires. We're gonna speedy up this guy. There's a lot of content. Well, a lot of content makes it more terrifying to do a set because it's like, oh snap, like, what am I in for? Part of me feels like maybe I don't want to even spoil the game for myself. Just actually play it at some point. I've got it on Steam, I'm very certain. So I did mention I do want to work playing on stream. Maybe. I don't know, maybe. Hold out. But I do know I want to do a SingStar Pop next. So I'll definitely lock in that one. Maybe in the next week, but I don't know. We'll see. But I don't imagine there'd be anything that weird about that set. It's just coverage and making sure that they didn't do anything too weird with the engine between titles. I don't think they did. I didn't look at engine differences, by the way, for my write-up. I'm purely looking at the song list. But I feel like looking at the song list at least rules out a lot of, you know, like what kind of content is available, because other than one little mini-game in SingStar 80s, like none of these has any extra features. They're all the same game. Every single one of them. I'm not too sure if I'd like to pump out more SingStars, like, over time. Yeah, it's got a weird little mini-game. Which also reappears... I think, does it reappear in the American version? I don't know if it does. Oh, one other one I'd like to mention just as well. SingStar Motown... No, not Motown. SingStar Country. It's an America-only release, and I think all of its songs might actually only exist on that one. I thought that would be a fun one to mention. But, yeah. Super exactly. The one that's actually an NTSC exclusive. Also, someone is going to mention SingStar Latino? I think it's Latino in the name. So we'll go big tires on this one. It has an American release. It was also released in Spain and Portugal. And, but not the rest of Europe. So it's like, I'm not too sure if people want the American version or whether we actually go ham on Spanish, Portuguese. But all three have different songs, so gotta pick one. And I think there's actually overlaps as well, so that just makes it even more annoying. But since it is a fairly late release, like, it does have just... It is a contiguous release. They didn't release a late US version of that one, so... Usually I'm looking for overlapping songs. So even, like, the ones that don't have very many overlapping songs, you can still spot, like, 2 of them, or 3 of them. And, usually the serial, like, the SCES, just kind of serial number, a lot of the ones released around the same time, they all line up. So they're all pretty in order. It's not always, but it's very often. And like, there's no game... There's a couple of ones... Okay, there's a couple of ones that actually do reuse a song from something earlier. I think the German version of SingStar Legends includes Franz Ferdinand Take Me Out, which is on every other version of SingStar Party, but not on the German version. So that's one where it's like that one song is playing catch-up, but like, there's quite a number of songs in the German version of SingStar Legends that are just from SingStar Legends. So like, that's what I mean, but like, there's not much mystery. No, it wasn't, no. The name is Austrian, I'm pretty sure. But we did it! We are king of the Super GP! This is not the end of the game, though, even though it's going to fade out. But it's going to kick back to the menu, and you're going to notice that there are still... Oh, are there more races? Or no, we've got... Yeah, there's still a couple more. We haven't done any snow races yet. You thought this game was over. It's not over yet. So, so I'll call it there for the day. Also, if we check nighttime, at least nighttime is pretty ironed out. But it's like, that's crazy. There's 4 tracks in the nighttime. We got, count how many we get until Oval Circuit again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We're back to 16. So that's 20 tracks. We still got like some stuff you can check out in the city as well, because there might be some buildings that have finished up as well. And I'll also check the list of things. So save. I was gonna say, yeah, you told me that you had an appointment, but no, it's all good. We'll check the event list. We're at 56. There's still things to find. There's things to do. There's bulletin boards I've just missed entirely. Check this out as well. The miraculous hourglass and the firework. You know, we got the miraculous hourglass. You know. So that's good fun. But yeah, no, I'm loving this game again. We'll still get to continue it next week. So that'll be good fun. But until then, I would like to thank you so very, very much for watching. If you enjoyed this or you didn't enjoy this, sucks to suck. I'm playing this next week anyways because I enjoy this. Play this game yourself if you've been enjoying it. And if you missed parts of this, you fellas have been here this whole time. But yeah, if you're someone who just tuned in just at the end of the stream, the VOD will be on YouTube soon. Also, I guess the VODs for everything has been on YouTube, including previous Choro Qs. So check those out as well. Or just any other games that I've played. You can follow on the Fetty for good memes or other sorts of quips and stuff like that. And yeah, that's kind of it. I guess just look out for me ranting about SingStar on the Fetty at some point. I'll link to that. And but yeah, other than that, stay safe, eat your greens, don't stay up too late, and yeah, just put on the big tires, I guess. You're a big tire driver. Use those big tires. Have a good one, fellas. Peace.